Let's check out the Rankin's dragon. Hello and welcome back to Incredible Inverts and Other Animals with me, Phil. And like I said, in this video we're going to be checking out the amazing Rankin's dragon. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so here we have the Rankin's dragon, or Bogona Henry Lawsoni. Now it does have a few other common names, one being the pygmy bearded dragon, but that common name is used for a few other smaller species of Bogona agamic lizard. So the Rankin's dragon is related to the more sort of commonly kept bearded dragon. It's in the same genus, Bogona. But these guys are much smaller, roughly about half the size of a bearded dragon fully grown. So the Rankin's dragon gets around about 30 centimeters in length. So it's arguably much more manageable in terms of size compared to its larger, more sort of common counterpart, the bearded dragon. But its care is very, very similar. So this is my parents' one. They recently got this little guy at the IHS Manchester show. And for me, the Rankin's dragon are stunning. For me to have much nicer patternings compared to bearded dragon, in my opinion. And it's purely down to my opinion, really. And like I said, they're much more manageable. So bearded dragons get sort of 60 centimeters. These guys run about half the size. Dietary wise, about the same. A lot of leafy greens and stuff, garden weeds, flowers, and stuff, with occasional insects in there. So they are omnivorous. And so essentially, if you can keep a bearded dragon, you can keep these guys. They do like a nice bit of space. They like it nice and hot, so good basking area, as well as good UVB as well. Nice high level UV gain, pretty much the same as a bearded dragon. These guys originate from Queensland in Australia, in the hot, dry parts. They can be found often on the rocks and fallen trees and stuff. They will burrow a little bit as well. And as you can see in this video, keep very much similar to vision of a nice topsoil sand mix that's sort of compacted down a bit for it, but it can dig if it so chooses. So, it only became a recognised species in the 80s, and I get the species name Henry Lawsoni after the Australian author, poet, and philosopher Henry Lawson. So to keep these guys, ideally you want a nice large vivarium, kind of 4x2x2 foot, but the larger the better, as is always the case with any animal. A nice basking temperature gradient of around sort of 40-42 degrees Celsius for basking, and then going down gradually to around about 25 down at the cool end. So during the night this can drop, so have your lights all go off. They can go down as low as 15. It was absolutely fine for these guys. Now, like bearded dragons, these guys are quite handleable. So as you can see here, this is probably the first time I actually handled this one, and just getting used to it a little bit. And this is a great way to start handling. Just allow it to sit on your hand and then allow it to come off when it wants to. They want somewhere, some areas that they can climb on, of course, to bask up the radiation, the infrared radiation from your heat lamps, and the UV radiation from your UV bulbs. So something like a T5 UV bulb is absolutely ideal for these guys. Something like a 12% T5 is ready for most vivariums. Obviously, you've got higher ones. You may want to perhaps get a stronger one, but if you've got something like a sodometer 6.5, you can obviously test it out and make sure you're giving them the correct UVI for this species. And then, as I say, dietary wise, most of the different life feeds you can give them, obviously not too many. So if you do want to be dusting these with multivitamin dusts and calcium dusts, of course, as well. And then, like I say, your garden weeds, your dandelions and stuff, very, very similar to a bearded dragon. They are just smaller, but they are absolutely fantastic. Okay, guys, so that was the Rankin's dragon. What do you guys think? Personally, I think these are absolutely amazing. Sometimes I'm a bit baffled sometimes why they're not as popular, if not more popular than bearded dragons. They're absolutely amazing things. If you can keep a bearded dragon, you can keep a Rankin's dragon. Basically, they're very, very similar. But for me, Rankins, they've always been that little bit nicer. A little bit nicer looking, a little bit nicer patterning on them for me. Anyway, just personal preference, and they don't get quite as big either, which is sometimes another tick for you. So perhaps if you're thinking about, oh, I'd like a beardy and stuff, but perhaps I don't have the space for a beardy, maybe have a look at the Rankin's dragon. So, anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy that video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, pop some comments down below. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you know next time I upload another video. But until next time guys, Happy New Year, thank you for watching, and keep rocking.